Hello, welcome to the channel VFX and more, and today we're going to review the movie Avatar: The Way of Water. In the first Avatar film, the VFX team utilized a commonly used animation technique called blend shapes. This technique enabled them to modify and enhance the facial expressions of the Na'vi characters. However, the directors aimed to enhance this process, as blend shapes only allowed adjustments to the external appearance of the characters' faces. For The Way of Water, the VFX company, Weta, took a more advanced approach. They were able to digitally reconstruct an actor's facial structure by analyzing performance capture footage captured from two cameras. This reconstruction allowed the animators to accurately study how the facial muscles beneath the surface of the skin moved and reacted during the actors' performances. They used these muscle strains as data to more precisely adjust the Na'vi facial expressions. Engaging with facial muscles enables the creation of a wide range of elements, including lifelike blinking, precise eye movements like the ideal eye roll, and an enhanced version of a smile. Animators gained the ability to adjust the animated character's mouth by manipulating the corners, ensuring that it wouldn't overextend but could still stretch naturally from one cheek to the other, resulting in a more authentic and expansive smile. The water depicted in The Way of Water and the natural way in which the characters navigate through it exhibit a striking resemblance to reality. The initial step in achieving this involved recording extensive hours of the cast's underwater performances. However, the presence of water introduced various undesired reflections. A similar challenge arose during the filming of daytime performance capture sequences. To address this issue and ensure adequate illumination both above and below the water's surface, the production crew employed a strategy involving an ultra-blue light underwater and infrared lighting above the surface. To capture clear imagery of both underwater and above-water scenes, the team ingeniously covered the water's surface with opaque white ping-pong balls. These balls, easily separable and unobtrusive to the actors' movements, effectively minimized disruptions caused by their presence. Due to the immense complexity and volume of water, animators faced the challenge of simulating its movement rather than manually crafting each frame. This encompassed replicating all of water's distinctive features, such as bubbles, splashes, droplets, waves, and mist, among others. In the creation of The Way of Water, animators introduced an array of specific interactions, like capturing the appearance of a boat at high speeds. In these instances, the red particles represented spray, while the green ones depicted mist. This extended to simulating the dynamics of how hair and clothing would behave in the presence of water. In contrast, in the first Avatar film, animators were limited to animating the character's hair as a single mass, while in the sequel, they achieved the ability to animate each strand of hair individually. To combine real people and CG creatures, they used the crew attached a monitor to a cable that could lift it up into the air and approximate Na'vi height. The monitor following them around displayed rough performance capture video to give the actors something to play off of. The monitors created more dynamic shots, and so did improvements in virtual cameras. In the episode with the whale, a lot of animation work was done with water because you have to create different small particles of water that fly around after the whale or some other sea creature moves. The large mass of water when it's disturbed by a whale, and then you get a saw of a smaller spray and then through to the little droplets. This scene was actually filmed without CGI, may surprise you. Zoe Saldana was required to work with a grey plastic contraption to model as the leaf, while holding a water bottle covered in duct tape to simulate water coming from the tape. In the scenes with the banshees, the actors were required to fly on the back of a moving plastic structure where they'd be flung around with wires, all while wearing the motion capture suit. But in fact, the actors had a positive experience and are happy to talk about participating in this rather interesting scene. Before using any visual effects and CGI, the Thanator was a red tennis ball on a long grey stick. Held by a crew member, in order for the actors to go on cue, the crew member holding the Thanator's stand-in would lunge at them. Real horses were incorporated into the film's production using motion capture technology to portray the dire horses. These horses were fitted with markers on their bodies, akin to the ones used on their human co-stars. This setup enabled the subsequent transformation of the horses through visual effects during post-production. The horses were taken to the film's soundstage, where director James Cameron captured footage of actors portraying Na'vi riding them. Through innovative technology, Cameron could simultaneously film the actors and their CGI counterparts, effectively merging their performances. It's possible that these horses might have been involved in other motion capture roles beyond this film. Integration of live action and CGI. Filming the live action elements, such as actors riding horses, underwater provided a foundation for the CGI integration. These shots were combined with CGI environments, creatures, and effects in post-production to create the final scenes. Post-production enhancement. Once the raw footage was captured, it went through an extensive post-production process. This involved refining the effects, adding details, adjusting colors, and fine-tuning the overall visual composition.